What's up? What's up? Okay. This is our Sunday live stream. My name is Dan. This is Neomustangs, and this is my Foxbody Mustang channel. I didn't get a chance to actually post on Instagram or Facebook or actually let you guys know what we were doing tonight. I just figured I would go ahead and just fire it up. I'm already late 10 minutes, so we were out traveling. As you can see, the black car's on the lift back there. What's up, Robert? What's up, Pat? Where we were taking that thing off, or out, or whatever. I think we talked about that last stream. And we would have done some racing this past Saturday with the black car for the most part, but ran into a little bit of a snag. I'm doing a video on it, but you know, obviously with my live chats, I always like to cheat and show you guys information. So anyways, I stream in OBS. It's not exactly the 100% the best quality, but it won't cut out. So if it freezes, or there's about an 8-second delay between your chat and mine, so bear with me. One of many live chats we've done. So anyway, I got a chance to hit the track this past Saturday. Had a great time. It was colder than, and it was about 45 degrees, but I did, well, maybe I should talk about that a little bit later. I'll talk about it a little bit later. I was going to do a stream today with me doing a T5 rebuild, but I kind of already did that before, and I didn't get a whole lot done, so I thought that was kind of a waste of time. But you know, it's car show season, it's race season. I felt we could talk about, you know, what's going on with the black car, what's going on with, you know, I got a lot of footage that I've shot in the last couple weeks with, you know, with the white car or the black car and Dad's car. What's up, Jason? Nathan Tuck. What's up, John? Anyways, so we had a little bit of a snag. We took the TKO 600 out, faceplate, which you guys see right here, bell housing, whatever. And we were trying to get to the track because I got a couple new parts I want to show you this past week or two. Actually, one of them's from Hanlon Motorsports, who Andrew Hanlon is here right here in chat now. But I want you guys to check this out. One thing that we did buy, I think you guys would be appreciative of it. We ended up buying a new Inland Empire drive shaft. Now you can probably see a bunch of boxes here. That's because it's stuff for the black car. Cool go fast parts and stuff like that. But as you can see, we're putting the T56 back in the black car. It's actually the T56. If you follow me on Instagram at Neomustangs, the T56 is sitting over there. We had to stop because, and I'll get to that. But we ended up getting a new drive shaft from Inland Empire. Now, these are the drive shafts that I buy from Hanlon Motorsports because they always give me a very fair deal. But I mean, I want you guys to look at that thing. This is what a $750 aluminum drive shaft looks like. It's got the forged 31 spline yoke, so I ain't bending that anytime soon. It's got the big U-joint. It's got the 1350 U-joint in the back. And this is actually a 42-inch, so if you're putting a T56 in your car, if you want to know, it's very, I probably shouldn't tell you this measurement because Andrew Hanlon and Bob Hanlon would probably hit me with a club. But every Foxbody is a little bit different, sort of. But rule of thumb, and I measured the Foxbody, when I put the T56 in here and then took it out and then I put it in a white car and it has it in the white car, the drive shaft worked just fine in both cars. So I went with that drive shaft length that Kenny Cooper had. Well, anyways, center to center, T56 aluminum drive shaft is exactly 42 inches. This is not the same length as a Foxbody drive shaft. I want to show you that right now. Is I have a 31 spline from my Tremec. So, anyway, T56 is a little bit shorter if I remember correctly. Longer, shorter, hell, I don't remember. Let's put them up next to each other now. Yep. Now this has the same yoke, similar. This is a, what's the name of that company, Andrew? Anyway, you can see how much shorter the T56 aluminum drive shaft is. And this is like a normal Foxbody drive shaft. I think a normal Foxbody drive shaft probably be 46 inches or whatever. Anyways, I'll catch up and chat here. I'll catch up and chat here in a minute, guys. But I wanted to show you guys that this is about a $750 drive shaft. You don't have to pay that for a T56 swap. I think a T56, I think a steel one's like $450 or something like that. They're not cheap still. They're still not cheap. But if you ever do a T56 swap in your Mustang, I just gave you some killer information there. 42 inches center to center, because that's what inland, actually that's probably what Andrew's going to ask you, or Bob or Linda, if you go to Hanlon Motorsports for your stuff. Now, he doesn't pay me to tell me that shit. He does give me some dealer stuff, but I'm saying this stuff because I've been working with the Hanlon family for many years. So I'm promoting a part that I purchased from them, not a part that they bought, that they gave me. So let's keep that in mind, boys. However, I'm pretty sure Hanlon's going to be doing a little bit more with our channel, along with other Foxbody channels of similar value. I guess. I'm not real sure what that means either, but whatever. I think he's been working with a handful of other ones too. So anyways, big shout out to Hanlon Motorsports. They sold me my TKO 600, both 56s. A lot of my parts. I just called them up and they just like, boom, it's in the mail. Anyway, let me catch up on the chat here. I wanted to show you that cool part first, and then I'm going to show you another cool part here, and then we'll talk about what happened on Saturday. Because I'm all about, on my live stream, I'm going to entertain you, but I'm also going to engage in the comments below or whatever. So, anyways, let me get into chat. What's up, John Matalaz? What's up, Robert Kretz yet again? Cousin Paul in the house. Cousin Paul didn't go to the track with me yesterday. Y'all should yell at him. He was playing video games. Andrew Hanlon, what's up? Aaron Linamond, what's up, Dan? What's up, Sandy? Mike Sherrill, there is a 1500 T5 T-top in Illinois on Marketplace if anybody's interested. Not too bad looking. Actually, send me the link to that, Mike Sherrill, on Instagram or neomustangs@hotmail.com. Actually, the mad scientist Dave Dalkey is looking for an 85-86 specific. Something nice, doesn't have to have a driveline in it. Preferred with good paint-ish, so he doesn't have to paint. So we'll throw that out there. What's up, Trunkback? Blue Collar, how you doing? Neo, what cam do you run in the white car and the black car? So they're both custom turbo cams. When we built the engines, we knew what we were going to go, what we were shooting for. So Dave called up his the guy who has been doing cams for him for many years, and we kind of built the spec for him. So I got a cam card at his shop I'm going to get for. They're very similar cams. Actually, I take that back. The cam that's in the 408 is a custom ground from another customer that I just purchased through Dave. So anyway, we'll get to it. Justin Elliott, I currently have an AOD in my 306 and just bought an on-3 kit. How long do you think it's going to last? Not very long. AODs in their pumps, their bands aren't built for boosts, for that matter. That doesn't mean you can't make it stronger, but I can tell you that it ain't much stronger, if any, than a T5. So you're on borrowed time, especially with an AOD. T5s, at least you know if it works or not, because it'll shift and crunch if it's bad. So, Cousin Paul, I was working on Sandy's car. So he says. I'm just kidding, man. Stingman78, what's up? Yeah, you guys hit that like button for me. Anyway, let's talk about. I got this part here. I'm going to show you some differences. Got a video of. This is what I did last week. Now you guys are going to start seeing. Well, not an influx of videos, but you're going to see more videos from me. For the most part, now that race season's coming, race season's here, I'm going to be doing the little Easter egg videos, not through the stories mode, but basically, you know, I'll go make a 2-minute video at the track of some of the guys that we race with. I think you guys enjoyed that video, those videos last summer. You know, one of them actually is one of my better videos that we have done. It's pretty hot right now. It's the 427 versus the, what was it, 427 versus the 460, the two coupes. It's what, like a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. It's just eye candy. So that's all they really are, eye candy videos. Last week we did, I got a dyno video. We did dyno the Mustang. The car is running and dynoed and tuned. And we'll talk more about that with the dyno, but I can tell you that I hate rear main seals and air pockets. But we got through it and everything was fine. So we did a video Saturday. Well, you guys see my video from that I just listed on Saturday with the engine break-in. That was a pretty cool video. That was pre-tuned. We did that a day before we tuned because I had to get like 8 or 9 heat. I needed to get like 6 or 8 heat cycles in on the clutch, which ended up working out really good. And then we did the, you know, the oil change, whatever. I just went with a 1540 Rotella. Actually, I went to Summit Racing today because I needed to pick up some stuff. So I ended up picking up a case of Penn grade 1540 for you guys that beat your motors up pretty good. The zinc is pretty good for your motor. It's a kind of an anti-wear thing, but zinc oil is expensive and it's just expensive. It's a really good oil. Brad Penn is another really good zinc oil. There's a handful of them out there now, but you know, I've always went to a Rotella shelf. So, anyways, what's next with Dad's car? Okay, so I'll get to that, Nathan. I'm waiting forever for the Holley to send me my 520. Dang, that's a big one, DK. So we shot the video of the break-in. Anyways, we went to the dyno. I got them. It's a pretty long video, but we got the dyno video from the black car, the 363, coming, and then we got a video with the T56 swap / TKO removal, whatever you want to call it. And we also shot a video from the track at Dad's car. So I guess the next video that we're probably going to start seeing with Dad's car is you remember last year we had the nitrous setup. Well, we ran out of time last year, so I couldn't actually get, matter of fact, Cousin Paul, November 7th, which was one of the last days of the year for racing, Cousin Paul and Mustang Mike, that are on the channel here, went to Thompson to get the footage we needed for supercharger versus nitrous. And we ended up having a problem there, and Paul couldn't figure it out until we got home. So anyway, We ended up getting all that footage. So just so you know, the next video with Dad's car from last year that's carried over this year, nothing's changed. We did a supercharger only hit. We did a supercharger versus a supercharger plus the methanol hit, and we did the nitrous hit. All three passes were good. The first pass had to be an 1/8 mile pass because he wasn't running quarter at that point because it was still a little wet at the end of the track. But we just compared 1/8 mile times, so it'd be the same. So for the most part, I mean, all I had to do was shift the 4th to go through the traps. So anyway, that video went really well. You guys are, if you dig beating the shit out of a stock motor, this guy is your man. How long have I been doing it, boys? I've been doing it longer than a lot of people have, if not all of them. I don't know. There's a lot of people that's been beating up on stock blocks. And my dude Chris Watson been beating up on a stock bottom end, but dude, I'm beating up on a stock motor. Like, the only thing we changed in it was like a GT40 intake. So I don't want to hate. I'm not hating on nobody else, but man, I'll tell you what, you can push these stock motors to where they need to go, and to be 400 horsepower on the street is plenty fast enough. Plenty, you know what I'm saying? No, not longer than Ford. I was just kidding. I mean, I've been beating up these stock blocks on this channel is what I meant. It's for so long. Anyways, and we're just gonna, I guess what I'm trying to get to is the stock bottom end stuff ain't going nowhere. My channel's derived of a lot of stock bottom end stuff with the black car and even with the white car, and that is what we're sticking with Dad's car. We're not gonna ever change that. We're not gonna change anything. And it's just, I want people to know that. Like, you know, when you subscribe to my channel because I did something with a stock block or stock bottom end or a bone stock complete motor, that's something that we're gonna continue doing with Dad's car. We're gonna change things up a little bit though. We did build an axle last year, if you guys remember. We tied the car up, changed a little bit of the suspension so we don't drive over our axles again, because you know we broke an axle. We did spin an input shaft out on the T5, but the T5 shifted like a champ this whole weekend. So it took it and liked it. But you know, if you shift the T5 right, then you don't have to worry about it. Anyway, so we did get that footage. We are going back to the dyno this week with Dad's car. We're gonna put the stock wheels back on. They're sitting right behind you. We're gonna head back to the dyno because we're gonna make a meth versus how much more did methanol get for me. And I'm gonna tell you, that methanol did do something. So like I said, you need to watch that video. It is gonna be a little lengthy. It's probably gonna be 15 minutes or so. But yeah, methanol did do something. So I'll leave that out there for you. Can't talk. As far as the black car behind me is, we made X amount of horsepower on the dyno. We took it all the way to 6,500. We set the rev limiter to 7. We only went about 15 or 16 degrees. We didn't go a whole lot of timing. I'm not even going to tell you the boost either. But we did not hold back. Here's something that I wanted to surprise you guys about, but you know, in live streams, I like to open my mouth and talk about things that are coming in the channel. I don't know how you guys feel about Holley Terminator X, but the more I talk about this system, the more I see this system work, the more I want to use it in my black car or my white car or whatever. Dad's car is always going to be stock. Actually, I think Dad's car is always going to be speed density. I mean, how many people you know with a full weight street car runs 10s with a speed density car? We're trying. But the Holley Terminator X is a possible, I mean, why not try it out? Listen, this Holley Terminator X was built for Foxbodies. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Like, there's a little bit of back history. Holley hired a person that made Holley Terminator X literally specifically for a Foxbody, because just like I have seen for the last 20 years, it's just been a total crap show. Because what's the biggest problem with Fox bodies? You put cylinder heads and an intake on a car, and you throw some injectors in there, which you probably don't even need them. You could probably run your 19s in your stock math. But you start switching all that stuff up in the computer, and then the car catches idles, just dies for no reason. You guys see what I'm talking about? So what this system actually does is it like self-learns itself, and it corrects that. And then of course it alerts you if there's an issue, but it's a pretty baller little setup. So, and as far as tuning is concerned and being tuned, it's such a pain in the butt with the quarter horse and the binary editor, because there's so many values in charge that, you know, I'm definitely interested to see if I can pull. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna pin Terminator X up against binary editor quarter horse. So yeah, we're gonna do that. And that's happening probably before Ford takeover. That's probably gonna be a video you guys are gonna see very soon. So blue collar, okay. I just put my motor back in, want to know about your rear mains, I need a computer to check mine out to drive. So many part places have back ordered right. Yeah, it's back orders. You're just gonna have to be patient with, guys. What's up, 347 Street Fox? DK, the 351 Windsor Stockheads. I had to go mill. Wow. Blue collar, thank you, my buddy. Just messing with you. I'm not ready to drive it on the road yet. What's up, Paul D. Fox? How we doing? 775 Auto. I just ordered Terminator X. Been on back order for a month now. Probably the best thing you can do to your Fox. That should be the first mod to get rid of the shit ECU. Now, the factory ECU, the problem lies mostly with the Terminator X and the stock ECU and the wiring. The problem honestly lies in the fact that once you start changing injectors, start getting a little crazy with the cam, and once you really change the math that you were told to do for so many years, that's when the computer starts getting a little stupid. That's why I'm not ever, I say ever, but that's why I don't want to mess with my speed density system that I have on my dad's car. I'm going to be honest with you guys. That damn system doesn't care. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about, well, outside of the cam, it doesn't care about the GT40 intake on it. It doesn't care about the 7 pounds of boost getting shoved down its throttle body. It doesn't care about the 125 shot of nitrous that just entered the system. It doesn't care. And it drives like a bandit every time. And it's just like, okay, let's see if 19s can run 1090s. See if I can get into the 6s with the 8th with a speed density 19-pound injector. Is it possible? I'm gonna find out. What's up, 229 Rhino? Justin Elliott, I want the Terminator X in my 306 turbo build. The guys at the Turbo Foxbody Facebook page tell me to get it, but I don't currently have the money. Just bought the On 3, but it's on the buy list though. Yeah. So I guess one of the biggest things of advice I could give you as a Foxbody owner, and especially for you younger guys out there that are getting into the game, that enjoy Foxbodies or whatever. I know there's a lot of information on CorralNet, Facebook, YouTube. I get it. Unless you're running a tier 2 block, tier 2 setup. How am I doing that? I forget how I'm doing the tiers. Yeah. Unless you're running something tier 2-ish, you don't need to be changing injectors and math. I don't care what they say. If you're running a stock bottom end, even a 306, if you're still running stock heads and or GT40 heads, and you're running, 650 carb and or, wait, what am I talking about? No, it's never mind with the carb. If you're running a GT40 intake and or entry level intake, say like a Typhoon or something cheap, and even the B-Cam, you do not need to be changing your injectors or your math. The worst case scenario is your car starts running out of fuel at 6,000 RPM. But 19s will go 300 wheel before they really start capping out. Bro, I got 19s on my car, on my dad's car. Yes, it has an FMU that jacks the fuel pressure up almost double, but those 19s have handled almost 500 wheel torque and filled 340 horsepower. So, anyways, I'm getting kind of off topic, but Holley Terminator X is good because it takes out all the problems that you have, all the tuning issues that you'd have. You know, it's a self-learning system. You plug it in and you forget about it. You know, you plug it in, it learns itself. It's not so much Nathan Tuck that I'm the guru with 19s. It's just the fact that I did an experiment years ago. If you guys remember seeing my dyno experiment video, it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. We actually made more horsepower on 19s and we had the same fuel map and we had the same MAF like Pro-M or something like that. We went back to the stock MAF at 19s and made more horsepower and the fuel was just fine. It didn't make any sense. Long tube headers, GT40 irons, ported GT40 intake, E-cam. That was on top of a stock bottom end motor, 306. You see what I mean? I did a dyno experiment with that, so. What's up, Ford Blue Gauge? What's up, CMD Photoshop? Microsquirt is very good, also plug and play, but here's the problem. What's up, Northern Mustangs? Here's the problem with Microsquirt. Microsquirt is a good system. Pimp's a good system. I guess it's all about how user-friendly you want to get into it. Because, I mean, this whole stream could talk about nothing but fuel management systems and stock ECUs and stuff like that. But I can tell you that nothing is more friendly than that Terminator X, honestly. Nothing is more friendly. It's that easy. The system will learn itself. Put the right plugs in, put everything, I mean plugs as far as like the Canon plugs, you know, how you set everything up. And you can tune off of it. It's just insane. It's like the guy who made Terminator X was a guy like me that lives and breathes Foxbodies every day. That's all he wanted to do. And he took his passion and he made it for everything else. And I didn't get that. I didn't get the Terminator X. I didn't jump on the Terminator X bandwagon until recently. I was like, it's not that good. Nah, man, it's not even like that. So, anyways, for it, not much, just eating it. Okay. Paul, oil his chair. Now that's Cousin Fred's fat butt. Cousin Fred be ruining my old computer chair. What's up, Mike Perez? What do I think about Pro-M? I wouldn't. You talking about the MAF itself, or what product are you talking about? Because they make multiple products. 347 Street Fox. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. That's where we're at with the black car. So, we did dyno the black car. Was it Friday? Thursday. We did dyno the black car. We did make a horsepower number. We did make a boost number. And we only did it with 15-ish pounds of boost. We did run a mix of 93 110 fuel. You guys will just have to wait for that video to see what it is. And we're gonna pit the, I'm not buying the Holley Terminator X to try to make more horsepower on the car because it makes plenty. But there is a number that I'm looking for that might be a little bit higher or a little bit lower than what you guys were guessing, but we'll figure that out. Holley Terminator X is just gonna make it, I'm just interested. Here's the news. Cousin Paul, Robert Kretz, no, I want to throw it away. So, how much horsepower have you seen out of stock heads? We made What do we make, Paul? 478 wheel on a Mustang dyno? Project Hot Wheels was, man, we were trying to hit 500 on a bone stock motor, just wasn't having it. Not enough air, man. We made 478 wheel on Project Hot Wheels on the rebuilt stock cam, stock head, stock intake, flipped pistons motor. If you guys haven't checked out the building a 500 horsepower motor video that I made a year or so ago, it's a pretty hot video. And we had to dial it back because the clutch was getting smoked. So we ended up, the tune was still hot for 470. Neo, is there a difference with the stock 19 injectors versus the Explorers? I know the Mustang is a single nozzle. Yes. So if you have a Foxbody fat EV1 injector, and this is like video stuff that I should be, you know, bringing out to you guys as far as like the IAT videos and stuff like that. Hold on. If you got an injector, a Foxbody injector, they're good injectors for what all intents, yeah, all purposes, whatever, however they say that. But you know, it's my injector rebuild kit. Pretty cool, huh? Oh. You know, you got your fat Foxbody injector here, which is like, I mean, it works, right? I don't need to show you guys this. It's fat. And then you got the factory Explorer. That's Fox. You got a factory Explorer injector that's skinny. This is an EV6 style EV1. It's like an EV6 style. This has 4 spray pattern on it. This injector atomizes fuel way better than the Foxbody injector, and it runs on the same ohms and it runs on the same computer. One of the better mods that you can do is take your injectors out, clean them, change the filters, change the O-rings, change the pintle caps, and put those get you a set of Explorer injectors out of an Explorer 96 to 01. Those are the ones I'm running on Dad's car. I always run the 4 spray when I run 19s. I don't run factory Fox injectors anymore. Which distributor should you use with the Terminator X system? I think you just run the factory TFI. I think Donnie B just answered that. Have you ever ran a T5 with a 351 Windsor? I have not. The only 351 Windsor that I ran with was in the black car, and it's now a 408. So stock bottom end 351. I've always had Tremix though. I mean, that's why I'm getting rid of one, because this one's going to buy me a couple Holley Terminator X's, or I'm just going to, you know, when I sell a part, I just buy a part for a different car. So I got 2 other faceplates, or another faceplate Tremec. I got 2 Z specs, and I got 2 T56s. So anyway, what's up, White Dragon? Anyways, but yeah, we're going to, actually, we'll probably have a Terminator X by the end of the week. And I don't know if I'd be installing it yet. I don't know if I want to mess with it just yet before Ford takeover, but I guess it really doesn't really matter, because I could wire it, or at least set it up inside, get it ready inside the car, and I don't know. But I do have news. As you guys know, Dad's car is a stock bottom end T5 car. The black car's on the channel, the Dad's car's on the channel, and we have the white car that's on the channel that, like, most of you don't even know about. I've owned the white car longer than all of them. I probably owned a lot of Foxbodies. The white car has been probably the baddest car that I've had. I mean, as far as parts are concerned. And nobody ever sees it because it's like always in build mode. It's always in Lego mode. So I have news. Kenny Cooper at Big Dog Fabrication over here in Stowe called me and told me that I most likely will be seeing my white car this weekend. Now, if you remember, we made, what was it, 667, 640 to the wheels on this turbo kit and turbo on through the 408 and the faceplate, but this has a big boy turbo kit on it now, and we're gonna put a bigger turbo on it. So I'm not sure what horsepower we're gonna look for. I don't even know if that car should be the one that gets the Terminator X. At some point, when you start making silly horsepower, you got to get rid of that computer and harness. But I did make almost 800 wheel on an A9L on that white car about 2 years ago. Let me get back in the chat. Sean Campbell, does anyone use a smoke machine to run vacuum leaks? Yes, all the time. Ford Blue Gauge, I've ran T5 with 351 trans, lasted like a month. It's about right. You've noticed everything seems to be on back order. Justin Elliott, my turbo kit is 8 weeks. Oh yeah. Now, let me tell you what they are doing about back orders, and you guys need to be careful with this. They're throwing back order dates out so far out in the head so they can cover their own tracks. I'm a Moser dealer, Moser axle dealer. I'm a truck flow dealer. I'm an On3 dealer. I'm a dealer with a handful of places. And I can tell you that what they're doing is they're, like, for instance, I had to order an axle for an a New Edge S190, a New Edge Mustang. And I true lock, 31 spline, not C-clips, you don't need it. The Eatons were all on back order for like 10 weeks. See, even the people that are building it, like Moser, don't even know when their parts are coming in. Do you see what I'm talking about? So one thing I did notice about the seats that I just returned to Summit, because those were on back order forever, is they said, oh, these seats won't be available until May. That way, the expectation is like way out there in left field versus saying, hey, yeah, we'll have some next week and not have it for 3 weeks. You see what I mean? So don't buy into the back order date too much, because the same thing happened with the SVE wheels that are on Black Car here. They did that. They had like a 6-month back order on those wheels, but they ended up coming in like 3 months early, and you know, I was notified an email and purchased them as soon as I was notified. Like the LMR thing has that. So Donnie B, hey Sean, me and Buddy made Mr. Fusion contraption brutal, made the chase. Yep, worked pretty well. That's all the COVID checks, and guys are buying car parts. Just ordered a comp cam, back ordered for a month. Hell yeah, it's going to be beast mode. Chris Hot Rod, does anyone still use the Anderson PMS controller? Wow, that thing is old. There's people out there still using Anderson, for sure. So, let me get into, well, let me talk about, so Dad's car this week should be going to the dyno to make a video, supercharger plus meth. We're going to see. Now, I want you guys to understand that Dad's car is as simple of an experiment as you're going to get. Dad's car is a stock block, stock motor, stock heads, whatever. It's a perfect experiment. So if you use the data that you get from my car, that car on the dyno, the supercharger, and understand that if I get any gains at all from the meth, which I'm telling you it will, then multiplicative tuning, cars with higher horsepowers and more tuning capabilities, it's going to be multiplied. So definitely, it's an easy install. You know, if you're looking at something to make a little bit more boost, or you know, or cool your IATs down a little bit, the Mr. Freeze kit is boost referenced. So if you're not running into boost too much, you're not spraying a lot. And Donnie B here in my chat is one of the main managers, sales reps for Anderson Ford Motorsports, which is the OG company before any of them. back in the 90s, because Anderson Ford Motorsports sold it all. They just put all their chips in on Foxbody. So, you know, guys, give them a look too, you know. They're not the only resto place out there. There's more than one. American Muscle's pretty sweet too, you know. I don't know. None of these guys pay me to tell you this stuff. This is all experience. Ford Bugage. Also recommend double check when it says in stock. That's correct. Thank God, that's great. I know. All right, so I still use Anderson PMS. Notchback 89. Can you explain how the box R intake vacuum line's connected? The box R intake just has 3 holes in the side. Like, you either plug it with the plug that's provided, or you run a barbs fitting for an intake for a boost reference or a vacuum reference. Hey, 347. Okay. Have you ever dealt with Reman Blueprint long blocks? Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story that, real quick, that I heard yesterday, and you guys that race with me locally, that go to the track locally, you guys will know what I'm talking about. Jim, I can't remember his last name. He drives a silver S10, big tire S10. Truck runs 8s, low 8s. He, as far as a Reman long block is concerned, he bought a 383 stroker 15 years ago from Summit's. Well, you said long block, but he bought the short block literally from the floor, cheap. And he went hundreds, thousands of passes with that motor, so much that he wore the cylinders out. Enough to where they just rebuilt it, now it's in a boat. So I guess it's a crapshoot with Reman long blocks. Depends on what you're going to want to do with them. But usually at this day and age, in 2021, you really can't get away with a lot of bull crap as far as building bad shit. Because you'll get blowed up, like on the internet, you'll get blowed up on, you know, just bad business. It's just bad business not to do it right the first time. Does that make sense? 20 years ago, before social media, you know, these companies could get away with selling crap. Now you can't really get away with that too much. Have you ever dealt, okay, does the Terminator X kit come with everything you need to do? Yeah, Donnie B can answer that. I asked because there's nothing wrong with that. That's one nasty's S10, yep. So you know what I'm talking about, Pat. He just changed his motor. But he made that 383 work, son. He just told me that story yesterday when we were racing. He says, I put 25 pounds of boost to that motor for ever. He never broke it. He wore the motor out, like literally, like sneakers. Okay, so I'm gonna shift gears. The reason why I wasn't at the track with the black car last week, well, let me show you another cool part. I showed you guys the drive shaft earlier, so if you're just joining the channel or you're just joining the live feed, I showed my T56 and I showed my Tremec next to each other. But I got a new part today. This is why I went to Summit Racing. Yes, sir. I got a QuickTime bell. SFI rated. Now you're probably wondering, why did I get another bell housing? Well, I'll show you. And this is why the black car still sits on the lip. This is the McLeod bell housing that I have. And brand new out of the box, we installed it. You know, I don't know anything about this stuff. I had to chop it from my downpipe. I had to clearance it. brand new. It's $500-600 bell housing. If you're piecing together a T56 kit, right? If you're piecing together a T56 kit, no, there's two different types of bell housings, son. There's one at 9 o'clock, and there's one at 7. Now, this T56 here, this one right here, this one's for a normal T56 out of a Cobra. Just a normal T56. Fits all of them Ford, or whatever, I think. Whatever. Yeah, this is the Ford T56 bell. Now, if you look, see? 7 o'clock position. So the T56 Magnum XL6060 or whatever has a 7 o'clock position. I have a Magnum. So my fork wasn't going to work on that because it wasn't at the 7 o'clock position. The hole cut for my SN95, because I use the SN95. Because I use the SN95, it's a little bit longer. The fork wasn't going to fit. So that's what blocked us up. So that was the issue that I had this past Saturday, or this past Friday, because we would have had the T56 done and probably be making passes in it on Saturday or with both cars. But I didn't know this, and I'm sharing this with you guys. So today, I returned the Pro Car Scat seats that I'm not going to use ever, and went and bought this one. So that's my new parts. It's about $750. What's up, Blue Oval Media? So anyways, yeah, that's the, we're going to be putting this back into the car probably tomorrow, if not Tuesday. We don't have Wednesday racing yet, so I'm not worried about it. I got all week to get the black car ready. I don't think we're going to catch any other snags, because I've done this quite a few times. But I didn't know that. It just drove me crazy. It's just always something, you know what I mean? What's up, Frank Stangs? Dan, you were the man. Nah, you're the man, Kenny. I appreciate you coming and joining the live chat, though. I will give a shout out to the guys who are content creators here in my chat. Donnie B's got two channels at Anderson Ford Motorsport. And he also has the Donnie B channel himself. Of course, you got Blue Oval Media over here killing it with the Terminator game. He's got a nice black notch. Go check his channel out. Paul D. Fox is coming up. I think he's in Canada. He's doing a lot of content, so make sure you go check out Paul D. Fox. Who else is in the channel that's got a pretty big channel or channel coming up? You guys can shout yourselves out. I don't really care about that. So Blue Oval also has a big event coming up soon. You can go ahead and put that on here, Kenny. I don't care. It's a Chicago Bleed Ford Blue event. It's in Chicago, Illinois. So Frank Free Stang's got a little channel. I think Broken Tools got a channel. Yeah, are you coming to Ford Takeover with that Terminator Fox? Yep, June 19th. That's right. Yeah, because the Chocolate Fox. Now, I want to shout out Gearhead 704 and Fox Resto, Matt over at Fox Resto, because I've known Matt a very long time. 20 years. And they're doing I think it's in Hershey, PA, which just makes sense. But they're doing a Chocolate Fox thing a week after Ford Takeover. So that's another event in PA if you're not going to go to Takeover, or you don't get a chance to go to Chicago and check out Blue Oval Media's. You know, they're relatively far enough away that if you're closer to one of those areas, I think Chocolate Fox, I don't even think you can go to that now as far as like bringing your Foxbody. Isn't that sold out? I am in the you're in the horsepower dyno challenge. I think Caleb was looking for a new, I don't know, something happened with the dyno because he was looking for another dyno. I don't know. Hopefully it's to have more than one, but we'll see. So, anyway, let's talk about I think what I'm going to talk about is we talked about giveaways a little bit. Now, we'll talk about that in a minute. Never mind. Nick Meyer's Foxes are coming up very well in prices. A super solid rust-free coupe roller can go for prices like that. Yeah. I had a question, if I may. Have Foxbodies gotten to the point that where normal would pay 5 or 6K? The coupes, yes. Now, I don't want to say yes as in, dude, there's a lot of things that depend on that. Mileage, paint, interior, drive. If you're just talking straight about rollers, suspension, wheels, most 5, 6, 7,000 coupes are SSPs that are beautiful paint and decent. And yeah, Foxbodies are hot. They've just always been hot. It's just now that social media is getting easier to use and there's just more information and more, I'm just one grain of sand in the beach on YouTube when it comes to content. So, they're going to go up in prices. That's normal. That's something that you kind of want to happen, sort of. Like it's 2000 in the year 2000 and 1990. I talked to Brutal. I can safely say this. I talked to Brutal enough to where we have really intelligent conversations about that stuff. About how the things used to be back in the day and how the things are now. And it's really kind of cool because, you get to talk to somebody who's the same age as you and spit some knowledge of just, the days of past. It's just like back in the day, 20 years ago, finding more like 15 years ago, finding a parts car or finding a roller, it was cheap. And Foxbody's got their name for being, an easy moddable, easy horsepower, fun street trip weekend warrior thing. It got its like nickname for that. You know what I mean? But now it's getting to the point to where, this stuff is collectible. Foxbody's had a lot of mods you can buy for them. Just Mustangs in general. And, they're a small car. Everybody loves them. You wouldn't be in this channel if you didn't. So. What's the true value of a Foxbody? You got 40K into, who knows? That's correct. Good night, Jason. Brian, GT101, what do you need to do for SVO caliper swap on a 91 GT? What's up, Fatboy Fox? I don't really know. I don't think I've ever done a SVO swap. I just put the SVO rotors on. Like this has SVO rotors on it. I have stock brakes on a 9-second car. No kidding. D-Puff, if you get time, check out 50 Tustin. He does a lot of stock stuff. May not have spelled it correctly. Yeah, 50 Tustin's always doing stuff. He's came back now. You got to understand is Rod's channel is raw, and I like Rod a lot. I've been friends with him for many years. So he's one of my oldest subscribers, and as soon as I found his channel, I subscribed as well. So, he's going to do content as he can. He's not. He never was a type of YouTube channel that was out there to try to be this huge channel, but he's just as a perfectionist as we all are, and the video's not good enough. The video's not good enough, and that's this is homework. This stuff. You have to plan your life around vlogging and doing videos and content live streaming and such. So it does get a little heavy-hearted at times. So what's up, Smitty Bad? Blue Oval. My video that is coming out tomorrow is called Foxbody Prices Are Rising. Why are you so mad about it? I had to bring that up hey, that's a good title. I'll definitely be watching that. God, I saw a 92 white notch in a junkyard 5 years ago, and it's had such light hit in the front. Rad support. Buy it up. Pat Churchin, Ford Blue Gauge. Yep, okay. I go and race with Dan on Wednesdays for fun. There's some people there that have Hellcats and Demons. They're all over the place. Should have seen there was like 3 of them there yesterday, Pat, and there wasn't even a large crowd. They get so mad. Like at my track, I have probably the best Grand National setup. I have the best Grand National friends on the market. Like, they don't like us Foxbody guys, but Ricky does. And Ricky's kind of one of their leaders, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a terrible way of saying it. But every Wednesday and Test and Tune Saturdays, you'll see 3 or 4 or 5 of them lined up next to each other. Like, they'll drive them there and change their wheels. They'll have the wheels in the back trunk. So I'm a big Grand National fan. And, you know, shout out to Ricky and his crew. Those cars are stupid fast. Full weight, full interior, no cage. You know what? I think they got a small cage in them. All 10 seconds. Low 10s, high 10s. I think Ricky's, if he turns it up, he could touch the 9s. Full weight, drives to the track. Beautiful cars. What's the story with the Red Cobra you had? A Red Cobra R clone would be great for the channel. We did. I should have vlogged that Cobra clone we did. I should have never got rid of it, but I had a really low mileage, 4-digit mileage, 89 Celine Cobra, or excuse me, 89 Celine convertible, Celine convertible that I never probably should have got rid of either. But I can't have nice things like that, guys. Like, my black car is one of 10,000, but it's my car. So I can mod it and drill holes in it and do whatever I want to do with it and not have a problem with it. You know, having a Cobra, knowing in my mind that there's only so many Cobras left versus 10,000 GTs kind of burns my brain a little bit. So same thing with the Celine. Like, where was I going to store it? You get what I'm saying? Night Smurfit. Patrick, I understand. Okay, so Fox bodies are so hot now because if you want to race and be fast, you need a Fox due to the low weight and modifications, right? There's just, Matt Paul, just to kind of reiterate on what you're saying, that's the truth, and it's been like that for years. I talked to Brutal, and I talked to, you know, Cousin Paul and Cousin Fred. I talked to all these guys that we've been doing Fox bodies for so many years, and all my, you know, when I get in-depth conversations, and it's just, these mods, you know, exhaust, heads, cam, intake. The fuel system one is actually the newest one. The Terminator X is probably the best mod of them all. Because it'll literally let your car run on whatever mod you put on it. Because the biggest problem we had 20 years ago was we put all these parts on this car, started up, and it run like shit. Am I right? Holley Terminator X fixes that. Crazy. Foxes are so hot, if you can think, you can basically just purchase it off the shelf. That's right. Notchback 89. What do you think about a Navi 2000 Supercharger? Send it, man. Dad's car is going to stay Supercharger for a while. There are so many nasty GMs. That's right. Turd Ferguson. My track Atlanta Dragway sold this last year and it will be shut down. What? I hate that. That drives me crazy. Like, I can't stand that. Like, drag racing and driving in a circle or driving in whatever you guys do, racing is cool. Car parts are cool. It's our version of an adult Hot Wheel, bro. It drives me crazy. Why would a track shut down? It's got to be because of insurance. Good night, Robert Kretz. I'll see you soon. Brian GT101. Can you do brake lines on an engine bay with engine still in it? Yeah, why not? Brogan Tool. What's up, Brogan Tool? I still have the Pimp X ECU. Pimp isn't bad. Actually, my guy, Chris Watson. You guys know Chris, the Immortal 8.2 deck. He swears by the Pimp system. I mean, and that dude's been 580s, 570s, 580s in stick shift. Because he runs 8th. Smitty Bad. I just finished my 347 on-3 turbo is running hot. With an on-3 turbo and it's running hot. I have a new radiator and fans. What should I check? Belt. Make sure your belt's the right direction. That's easily messed up. Paulie Fox. The prices of Fox in the neck of the woods, Toronto, have skyrocketed, especially with the notchback. I'm going to tell you guys this. The notchback wasn't popular car sold in the 90s and late 80s. It wasn't. I think the GT convertible was sold the most, if I'm not mistaken. But you don't. They just weren't a popular car until now, and it's because of its weight. It's because of its look, and the rarity of it. Like literally, like the Titan Frost in the Reef, in the Calypso. Hot. Chevy didn't have that stuff. Now they had the IROCs, right? They had the IROCs, we had the Camaros. I mean, you had your Grand Nationals and your Monte Carlo SSs, but IROCs were hot too. But man, they were a boat. They were a boat. They weren't, most of them automatic, and they didn't have a posi. And Brokers are taking a break and getting ready for the week. Utilities getting put up in the new plate. Nice, man. Chevy guys figured out how Foxbodies now Chevy 4 guys want to. How about a B-cam do you do with a on-3 kit? Depends on heads. How would a B-cam do? Perfect. B-cam or B-scammed? Just kidding. B-cam's a good cam. Turd Ferguson, they built an apartment complex next to it. I think the owner passed away and the kids wanted the money. Man, that's terrible. It's always about money, man. Racing is a passion, because the reason why I like the dyno and the reason why I like to race and the reason why I like Foxbodies is because I can do all three of those and bring content to you. My channel, dynos, my channel, races, my channel, break stuff, my channel, build stuff. We go to sleep sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wish that everybody could feel that way and do that. So when I see somebody's track or somebody's dyno get shut the track or whatever, or I see these RPM act things going on with all these aftermarket parts, it's just like, man, this hobby, I have a very, very strong passion for this hobby. You know what I mean? This is my life. This is what I do every day. This is what I think about when I go to bed. Much like some of you guys. You know what I mean? It's not just, I'm just not an enthusiast, man. This is, Foxbodies was part of my history. You know, rolling in my 5.0, baby. Menace to Society. I enjoyed that movie. Had one of the cooler 5.0 convertibles I ever seen. Anyways, let me get back in the chat. 775. I've been contemplating on a turbo setup, an on-3 or centrifugal supercharged. Supercharged setup seems to be a simple setup, install and have minimal issues. The reason why my dad's work is because it's old. It's made for a speed density system. The newer supercharger setups, not so much. But I think you can make them work with a speed density system too. Vortex, pretty good for that. I had a notch in 98 and I was fun because of the trunk. I sold it. Let me tell you what, Smitty, I have 5 notchbacks right now. And ain't a darn one of them worth a crap because they're all rotted out. And I can't stand living in Ohio because of that. But one of them's an SSP that I refuse to ever let go. Because that car will literally be in my possession forever. Because I actually found that car in Madison, Ohio, that had been sitting for like 15 years. And somebody had painted over all the paintings. It had the DMV codes. It had everything. It didn't even have the tag title. So when I went to the DMV, I said, this is a former police vehicle. You guys need to do your history. And sure enough, they investigated the title, and the car was a Florida SSP former police vehicle. So I actually got the title branded. And it's kind of a it's a cool story, but it's just sad it got set for so long. Ah, oh, I'm so mad. What's up, Braille for rides? I got a 3 or 4 hours drive just to see a track. Ah, oh, it's terrible. I live Eat Street. That's right. Blue Ford, baby. I got drag race, autocross, and dynos in my area. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let me tell you what. I have Hobo 5.0. I have a Calypso notch that's got a torque box laying on the ground. I got the half a notch that I'm going to build. I got the SSP notch. And, I have 4. So, I've had to cut up 2 of them, which you guys seen in the videos, the good, the bad, the ugly. I was hoping that that notch was solid so I could do something with it. That thing was terrible. Oh, Robert Kretz coming in with the super sticker, man. I appreciate you with that super chat, man. Thanks for being you. I appreciate you for being you. And I will... Did you send me your address so I can send this cowl and shirt out? Wait, I don't have the XX yet. Pat Turchin, I will probably end up happening to Thompson if something happens to his owner. You know, Thompson could make so much more money. But somebody asked earlier in the chat, I'm sorry, I forgot, I missed your... Where do I race at? I race at Thompson Drag Raceway here in northern Ohio. I also race at Quaker Dragway, is that Salem, Ohio. I have yet to go to Dragway 42, which is out in West Salem, Ohio. And we also have Norwalk. So I have a dyno 10 minutes from me. I have a track 30 minutes from me. And of course I own Neomustangs. So, you know, I get you guys a lot of content. There's a lot of, that's why I got to have more than one car on the channel. And just, it's what I do. Have a good night. All right, Smitty, I'll see you soon, brother. I appreciate that super chat, Rob. What is the best alphabet cam? My currently B cam. Actually, E cam's pretty dope too. But B cam's a good cam. If you're running ECU in 19s. Marcus Jordan, what's good, bro? Paulie Fox, Blue Oven Media. Me too, Ken. First time in 91. What do you say? I miss it? Oh, I have owned Foxbody since the late. That's right. I currently own a lot. But I'm always trying to rebuild. I'm always trying to, you know, I do restore a lot of parts for a lot of, actually somebody sent me a, if you guys follow me on Facebook, neomustangs.restoration. If you guys follow me on Facebook, there's a guy I just sold a roof to. If you remember that red car that was hit real bad in the side, I cut that car's top off. It saved that car from a tree. I cut both quarters out of that car, saved 2 other cars from getting hit from each side, and the core support's gonna fix a Hobo 5.0. 4 cars that 1 car saved. So, yeah. I had to come back, but I had to go. I appreciate you, Robert. I've got a weird channel, MGB and Boss 302. Nice. I've got a weird channel, MGB. The F cam is also a good cam. The alphabet cams are 20 years old, 30 years old. We get it, guys, but they still work. And Trick Flow is a good cam. The stock cam with 172 rockers are a good cam. I mean, look what I'm doing with stock cams. No, some of the comments that I get from some of the other YouTubers, or not YouTubers, but some of the subscribers is crazy because they're like, "There's no way that's a stock cam," and I'm like, I showed it in the video. X-Cam, I don't really think I've ever seen X-Cam much at all. I probably own 20 of each of the letter cams except the X-Cam. I think there was a Z-Cam. Was there a Z-Cam? I know the ZZE is the factory stamping for the factory camshaft, but I didn't know if there was like an alphabet cam like that. Anyways. Yeah, hey, I'm bringing Ford Takeover, Hell or High Water. Y'all gonna see Dad's car there. So we're gonna have a bunch of stock box. We're gonna leave the rods there if we have to. Like, we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm not calling nobody out, but I'm not gonna be sitting at the table signing shirts and hats all day. If any, because I don't think anybody's gonna do that anyways. I mean, they're gonna be busy with Foxcast and they're gonna be busy with Brutal, and for good reason, you know? So, you know, I'm gonna be up at the track, sending it down the track, baby. You know, that's what I like to do the most. I get excited about it, man. I like to run. I like to race. I like to take my street car that I go to Walmart and get my groceries in. I like to put some slicks on it, and I like to send that thing down on a low 6 or a high 9 pass, eighth quarter mile. Anyways, Dad's car will be there. And I'm debating bringing the black car or the white car. I'm not sure which one I want to bring yet. Probably be the black car over the white car, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. it would be a good thing for you guys to see the white car and see the appreciation that I've done with this car, because it's not really vlogged at all on my channel. But it's got all the big boy parts, you know what I mean? Big boy parts for the most part. I still got to put a chute on it. Hopefully I can have to actually use that thing. That MG is a... B and F cams are good. Breath for Rise, I got a nice slant 6. FTO is 8th mile. Get those 60s down. Now, is it all 8th or can you go quarter? Because, I mean, 8th mile cars have to be kind of set up with gear ratios. Like me, when you start telling me about 8th mile, I'm already thinking, man, I got to switch my gears. You see what I'm saying? Is it worth 351 swap one day or stick with 302? Listen, if you got a good run in 302 and you get an opportunity to buy an F4 TE block for cheap, go get it. Go get it. Get it ready. Put it on the stand, get it ready, start tearing it down and cleaning it. I already know Dad's motors on borrowed time, boys. So what I do, I took my block over to the mad scientist at TI Dyno. He's gonna be cutting the top of it off, the decks, to make them flat. We're gonna haul them out, we're gonna clean it, get it ready, because as soon as Dad's car takes a poop, I already got this block half ready to go. So if you get an opportunity to get a 351 and you got a 302, look for an F4 TE block, put it on the stand, start tearing it down and clean it. I don't know if you guys follow, I think that's what they just did over at Motorsports Molly. Didn't she just tear up 351 apart about 3 months ago or something like that? I don't know. What tires are you running on the stick shift? 3053S. It's a stiff wall 26 tire. The white car is a 28 tire. Same tire. Just, I don't know what the part number is for the next step up. Brian, you getting, okay, so Illinois is also in the Rust Belt. That's right. So, anyways, I want to do some housekeeping. Got a few more minutes left, and then we're going to head out. It's already 9:20. Make sure you guys go check out Blue Oval Media. He's here in the chat. Kenny's channel's been on fire. Check out Gearhead 704, Matt. You guys checked him out. Funky 5.0 is on the rise, doing a lot of content. I like it. You know, Brutal, always be checking Brutal out. I enjoy talking to Brutal all the time when I do get a chance to. You know, Foxcast got FTO coming, so make sure you guys check all that stuff out. We will have hats for sale, which you see right here, but minus the little writing. I'll be the only one with that. And we'll have t-shirts for sale at FTO, and my members are going to be getting the t-shirts, obviously for free, because they're a club member. So, and to speak on that, because that's the way I am. If you're interested in joining the channel, the club membership, here's a link to the membership. I will be doing a giveaway for all tiers of the club membership at the end of the year. And I would highly suggest you at least checking it out, because my club memberships, I'm literally be giving the money back, plus out of my own pocket. So what we're going to be doing is a really, really cool deal with the different levels of my membership are going to be, or we're going to be doing a giveaway just for those guys, just for those, you know, just for the memberships or whatever. Plus I'm going to be doing random giveaways for random everybody else. So, I mean, random everybody else that's not part of that. So we're going to be start getting into some of that a little bit, because I think my channel's kind of at that point to where I'd like to start messing with that. Anyways, if you get a chance, check out that. Like I said, I got shirts coming, guys. I got the hats coming. You know how back orders work, whatever. So, outside of that, make sure you check out those channels. What's up, Justin91LX? We were just talking about Terminator X. What else I got? Does anybody have something for me? I got about 5 more minutes left. Does anybody have some questions for me? $351 is good. Okay, so what's up, Turbo Man 351? So how do you guys, which car needs to show up to FTO? My white car or my black car? Because I'm bringing Dad's car anyways. I'm bringing Dad's car. I'm bringing Dad's car with some strength. It's going to be a stock motor, intake to pan, just the way it is. I ain't doing no tuning. It's going to be speed density. It's going to be awesome. So I'm hauling 2 cars to FTO. But I don't know which one I want to bring, the white car or the black car. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. My black car is a 10-foot, listen, it's got a beautiful paint job, but this is the original paint job. So it's got its nicks, it's got its little dings here and there, and it ain't perfect. So I race the F out of my cars. I wax my cars, and I love my cars, but they get used and put away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to disappoint nobody when I get there and you look at my car and be like, man, it looks like trash. I got clear coat peeling on the top of it. Just saying. Did you check out the bell housing alignment? Are you talking about the indexing? Yes. So, what do you 351 stock pistons? Did you ring gap them, and how much did you boost did it handle? Thanks. 24. We want to see it go down the track. Listen, if it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. Now it's gonna be a full weight, full interior, full exhaust car, licensed, insured. I'm bringing black car to FTO with a synchronized transmission, so I'm not cheating with a faceplate. So I'm looking to go. I mean, it's got the 363 and the turbo, so it'll be fast enough, I think. I don't know. It is what it is. It's not a designated race car. It's my street car, bros. Don't worry about the paint. Most of the cars, FTO last year had fun. Man, I tell you what, man, my car's got, like I said, got clear coat peeling. Once I get this car dialed in and get the T56 done and get the rest of the exhaust in, I'm driving the crap out of this car. I'll race the white car. You guys will see a bunch of videos on the white car, full weight, full interior street car, chasing 890s, 90s, 920s, 940s. I don't know where I'm at with that car yet, but I'm turning that shit up. And then, of course, we got the stock bottom end Dad's car chasing 1150s. Man, I love it. You know, it got the best of all worlds. So, trying to get 1,000, Justin. There you go. Can't wait to send the tour. So, anyways, I want to thank everybody for joining the channel tonight. I had a lot to talk about. It's just a weekly thing for the most part. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming next week or not. Probably. Michael Graham, would you run a solid roller cam? Absolutely. I should have a solid roller cam in my white car in the 408, but I don't. I do have Morel link bars, though, and that's a really good hydro lifter, so we plan on pushing that, Mike. The fastest cars last year were Coyote cars. Small block Ford Foxes needs. That's right. That's right. I'll pin the wastegate shut. Good night, Chunkback Jim. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming, and we are going to need to try a weekday stream. Yeah, I might actually do a stream on Thursday. I was thinking about doing a stream on during the week, because Sunday seems to be like I'm only seeing maybe 50-ish average people for an hour and 20 minutes. And I know my channel's small, but, I guess, did you guys watch Richard Holden? I watch other people's streams, and I watch the people come in and out. And if you watch the Holden channel where he does all the engine stuff, real great channel. I mean, he doesn't get but like, 150, 200, 200 people watching at one point. Brutal, let me tell you what, Brutal's channel is hot right now. Hot. And I appreciate the effort he puts into that channel. And it's just, I enjoy talking to him, like I said. And, we share a lot of the same stuff, the similar stuff. I'm sure if I got to know some of y'all more, it'd be the same way. Because, guys, we're Foxbody guys. I mean, we already have one of the biggest things in our life in common. So, all right, Andrew Hanlon, I appreciate the super chat. Make sure you smash that thumbs up. I appreciate everybody on the way out. Please hit that thumbs up. So anyways, what do you think about a turbo with no intercooler? Don't do it. What did he say something? Ford Blue gauge. Trunk back, sir. Oh. Okay, so with that being said, it's 9:30. I gotta go get a T5 ready to rebuild. And yeah, it's late. We'll get back. I got videos coming this week. Like I said, I want you guys to check them out. We got the dyno video coming. We got the racing video from last weekend. Supercharger meth, and nitrous. I mean, who tests 3 power adders in the same day? This guy. Love it. Stock motor too, baby. So anyways, I appreciate my members. I appreciate Cousin Paul, Cousin Sandy, or Cousin Fred for helping me with Neomustangs. It's a family thing. Everybody in green, my club members, I super appreciate you guys. We got some really cool giveaways coming for you guys at the end of the year. So yeah. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Thank you for the stream.